This is one of those days where first people are here and then everybody's not here. So it's the Chris Archer show. She will be back soon. There she is!
Why'd you think
and we started. Well, I moved because, gotta take the helm.
Hi! Whew, okay. All good. Hello. We apologize for Archer's shirt in advance.
Ooh, look.
It is an optical illusion. Are you still taking my breath?
We've been scrambling so much today, I didn't even change my shirt.
This is Holospark. We are Holospark. We are showing you Earthfall. I am Kells, the community manager, and this is Archer, our executive producer.
She literally ran from this office to the opposite side of the office and then back within, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Pretty good. It was good. It was a good sprint.
And some of our coworkers tried to chirp me in the hallway.
People are not nice. They saw you coming and they stick the leg out.
Actually, I've been playing Until Dawn, and it felt like I was in a horror game where you have to like
every opening is like and then somebody comes. No.
And Rusty, our CEO, will be here soon. He is in some sort of important CEO call, so he will be here. We are very excited because we are coming out on the 26th, and that is less than a week. That's less than a week. It's Thursday today. That'll be a Wednesday.
I've been disallowed. Not allowed to put anything in the game at this point.
Yeah, we are on
until we ship.
Hard lockdown.
Yeah, I would venture to say we're not putting anything else in until we do a test round on the current build. So I feel like we have the build right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. So. But
basically, we now can announce our date, which is really, really exciting because then we can kind of do the countdown. So that'll be happening, and streamers will be streaming a little bit before that, so you'll be able to see them. We will try to get you a list of streamers who are going to be streaming this weekend. We won't have a full list right away, but hopefully you guys can look at Earthfall on Twitch and search it on Sunday, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that'll be really exciting.
Well, we should talk about that.
Yeah.
Talk about what's happening.
What is happening? Wait, I have to do the CTAs first.
Yes, do it.
If you like us and want to follow us, please look at our social channels, which are down there. We have Twitter, we have Facebook. We have two Facebooks.
You talk. Go ahead. I'm doing this. Go ahead.
We have 2 Facebooks. Oh, and here's Rusty.
Wham!
Why you still have a
Leave it on there. Leave it on there because it's awesome.
Oh.
Leave it on.
Sorry.
It looks like you just came from a call center. Hello, this is Rusty. How may I help you?
I'm with Time Alive.
He does this for his family already anyway, technical support, so.
Yes. So, sorry.
This is Rusty, our CEO.
Hello!
We were continuing our calls to action.
All right.
Yes. And follow us on Steam, because if you join our community, then you will know the second that we get released, and you'll be able to download that on Wednesday.
Wednesday morning.
Did you pick morning? Is it?
Yeah, I think we have a time. We just gotta make sure it's locked down for the streamers and all of that stuff. Sorry, I was on the phone with the accountants. It kind of lulls you to sleep.
Okay, so Rusty's gonna fall asleep in the corner of the room.
Wouldn't be the first time.
So let's talk about what's happening. We are on the week leading to launch. What is that?
The quiet before the storm.
Yes, the quiet, the or are we in the eye of the hurricane? What metaphor are we in?
The nice morning before the really pleasant afternoon. Let's maybe go with that. So we talked about on this on the stream that we've been in lockdown, and now we're in very, 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 very hard lockdown, and that I was suggesting a feature, and Misha and our lead developer jumped on me and beat me up, so that didn't go in.
I share some credit in said change, since it was my code change that you were trying to fight for.
Maybe if I hadn't mentioned your name, you might have gotten through.
Surely it wasn't that. No, but we did. We shouldn't say.
So anywho, yes, we've just been playing the game. We've been playing the game and playing the game and playing the game and playing the game. Trying to tune it just as best we can until we start getting your guys' feedback. Finding those rare crashers and fixing them and getting the game that much better, working on performance. So, it's early access, right? We get it, so it's fun. It's fun and it works, right? But of course there's more we want to do. But you have to draw that line at some point.
Yeah.
Because right now, if we held it together, we released the absolute perfect game way on down the line. We want you guys to be having fun, now.
Yeah.
Or more precisely, Wednesday of next week.
Especially trying to get early access perfect is trying to anticipate what a whole group of people that you have never seen play want. So it's kind of like...
It's an interesting thing. Yeah, it's a really particularly interesting challenge because we've been spending a lot of time working on difficulty tuning. Mm-hmm. And there are so many factors that can just dramatically change how the game feels. Like there are little secret, caches of weapons and health that are hidden throughout the world. And if you know about them, they make things a lot easier. So you kind of want to explore, but it's kind of hard to explore on a frenetic action game like this. So we see people who go into it with knowledge that they've accumulated over time, and they do a lot better than other people. And you say, well, how do you tune? How do you tune for those different states in addition to just their actual skill as a player? So
we've been using me as a landmarker for the easy difficulty.
Yeah, Kelsey played
Do not be proud.
by
Do not be
herself.
proud.
And watching her play, I don't know if anybody will get the reference, but it's like watching Billy in Family Circus. She drifts around and here and there, whilst fighting aliens everywhere, like a butterfly, explores the top and comes back down.
I do not think they will get that reference, but suffice it to say that Kells isn't our strongest player right now.
But you know what's awesome about Kells? She actually discovers a ton of stuff I did not know existed.
She does wander around looking at all the things.
I appreciate Madison's fireflies. That's what I do.
I'm sure he would appreciate
I pause and I look at the fireflies. I get really easily distracted by beautiful art.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of it to see.
It is pretty.
Yeah, I'm like a beeling. I am like a lawnmower, just mowing them down. So we're really excited to get it out there and see what you guys think of it, and see like, is it too hard? Is it just right? Is it awesome? Do you want this changed or that changed? And we want to see how it runs on your PCs. Like, we one of the things is we don't have a lot of management overhead here, and one of the ways that we did that for like IT was to roll out duplicates of all the machines. So if your machine goes down, we pop the hard drive out, pop it into a spare machine, you're up and running, right? And we could find some time, over the next few days to fix that machine, find out what went wrong with it. Well, that doesn't lead us to a huge plethora of different CPUs and video cards and all of that stuff. So we test as well as we can. We have third-party partners help us with it, but we got to see it in the wild and start getting those bug reports back, and we'll get them fixed after we get all that information.
Yeah, unlike big, and I've been at big publishers before and closing projects and things like that, you have hundreds of testers working on this. You have external facilities testing things for you. You have compatibility labs with hundreds of configurations that they're testing. We just don't have a lot of that because we're small and we're in.
We have the exact opposite of that.
We have literally the opposite. Well, and then it also speaks to, you know, when you decide that the product is ready to show to the consumer, right? Whereas you know, if you're one of those big companies, you might just keep working on it forever, or have a huge team that works on it for a shorter amount of time. But you know, hundreds of people working on it for 2 or 3 years. We have a much smaller group working on it. For
And we
a
have
much
a
smaller
very
amount of time.
very fast time to market. We will be releasing. I figured it out on the drive home last night. Specifically, I think the query I said was, "Okay, Google, how many days has it been since July 9th of 2015 and today?" And I believe we've been working on it for 21 months and 1 week.
That's
And
incredible.
a handful of days.
Yeah,
I guess
you know,
handful would be five.
and technically most projects wouldn't even count pre-production. Although we were doing pre-production while we were doing production, right? We started day one. However, there was also pre-production during that time. So a lot of them start their project officially well after the pre-production.
Sorry, no, I apologize.
He's
I'm
counting again.
not. I'm counting the days. I'm not whispering secret information to you. I realized
that it's 20 months.
I realized
I thought something was gonna like explode. You're like
July
7, 6.
July 4th was a Saturday, and I spent my July 4th making 18 PCs for everybody. Like over the weekend, I had a whole supply. I had a whole chain of them.
I'm getting blamed even in the chat thread. This is a new thing. #blame Archer.
I like that hashtag. It's a
Yeah.
good
So
hashtag.
Pretty
so
awesome.
yeah, we were expected to start on the Monday, which would have been the 6th, but we actually had to postpone it today because I didn't quite. I got all the machines running, but not quite the domain setup and all the software that was required for everybody. So I think our literal first day of walking in as a group into the office was July 7th.
Well, while you were doing that, Tom and I were building all the desks and the furniture and doing wiring and all of those
Was
things.
it all IKEA furniture, screwing and everything?
It was a lot.
Yeah.
We're very good at building certain objects from
When I
IKEA,
bought
I'll
an
tell you
IKEA
that.
desk at home, I made Misha put it together for me because she's just been building a ton of desks.
Yeah, we are very good at building desks. Yeah.
What about these chairs? Did you have to build
Those
these
were
chairs?
purchased from a fancy store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A fancy store.
I love these chairs. I love these chairs. I'm going to tell you this. Look at these chairs.
Oh
Now
my
imagine you're playing a video game. Wait.
gosh. Oh no, where are you going?
Controller. Okay. So
This should be fun.
you're holding up the video game. Check out where those elbows go. Perfect support. You can sit here and play a video game forever in these chairs. They're
Hashtag
just
chair ad.
Awesome. So anyway.
See, but that doesn't work for me. That's why I hate these chairs.
So anyway, we've been playing the game, and I think next day or so, Monday or tomorrow or Monday, we really turned the company back towards and get back into production and get working on the first patch.
Well, we're doing things for launch now, like you and I are doing a lot. All three of us are really doing things related to launch now. So,
Yes.
launch videos and things like that. And actually, one of the things in the thread right now, this is what I realize now what I'm being blamed for is the old footage that was playing in the background, which stopped, by the way, and isn't looping. Now it's just darkness in the background.
Yeah.
The new footage, and the reason we didn't have new footage, if you remember correctly, was that we didn't want to show off the new stuff, and so, but we did. I did actually take new footage. I literally just finished the cuts for you to use today, so we can use those next week. I have raw footage of each of the levels now.
Cool.
That we
Yeah.
can use. So.
We're really excited to show you guys the last level.
Wait.
Should we be just
Yeah, well, that's why I was saying
in
it
this
didn't loop.
bizarro
It didn't
Didn't
darkness?
loop.
It's not looping.
The
When it
I'd
got-
like to be in this void. What
when
are you
it got
talking
reset
about?
up, it.
So,
I mean,
so the
okay.
last
Oh, there it
level, like the last level, we talked a little bit about the story. That's the culmination of the story of the first campaign. And man, that last level is super freaking cool. We're really excited. I really think we're definitely punching above our weight class. Like that is a really fun level. So anyway, yeah. So we've been. Yesterday I was freaking exhausted. I had so many random things to do, writing up release notes of issues that people will see that we're aware of.
It's been a lot of odds and ends.
Yeah, and
honestly.
at the last minute, we're throwing in a couple of new features to give you guys hints when you first start playing to know to shove shove. Shove is a really useful thing. Q key, shove. So, that'll help people get into the game and understand a little bit of how they play it. So, yeah, we've just been being pulled apart in 50 different directions, getting ready for launch.
That's like my normal day. You guys are saying, "Oh my god!" And like every day, like
Archer's got like one spreadsheet. He's like 8,
drop
10.
He knows that's not
8, 10. No, 8.
8.5. Let's go to 9.
Let's go to 9. And it's like lunchtime.
So I'd like to talk about. We also made a new trailer. There's a new trailer.
We did.
Do we want to talk about that and then show it?
Why don't we just show it?
We should
We're
show
going to
it.
show it. Okay.
The release trailer?
We are going to show you the release trailer.
Okay,
it's going to say bye now at the end.
Yeah, buy now, but you can't.
But you can't.
That's why we won't release it to the public.
But you're
But
the
for
private public.
you the people who come to watch us, you get to see it first. So
next
this is
time-
what we're going to be showing up at Steam.
Yeah. Next
Variation
time
of it.
Next time you see it after this moment will be
The
at the end
very
of the show,
Yeah.
but then on the 26th.
yeah, and then we'll be running the ads with it. So
Yeah. And also think of some questions while we're breaking here.
Yeah. What's your
questions.
question?
We're about to go to
questions?
questions.
Not when are we going to get new footage in the videos? We answered that.
Archer's never going to do that.
Already done.
9's going to go set itself.
My mother said that when they came, they would come in peace, that they would bring us miracles and wonders. She was wrong.
Now we must band together
to protect our home.
and work as a team to kill,
And kill.
Kill them all.
Download Earthfall, the epic new PvE co-op game today. Available on Steam.
Yay!
Look, more new old footage in the background. Well, there it is. There was the trailer.
Yeah.
That was the release trailer.
Yeah. Also,
yeah, there are two
Although you
different
can't
versions
purchase
of
it now.
you
That's
can
all
Yes.
purchase it now.
Admittedly, it did say get it now.
Get it now, that's true.
So there's a 30-second cut of that and a 60-second cut of that.
That's
Yeah.
the 60, and we have a 30, and then we actually have a Steam video version of that.
Yeah,
as
it's like
well.
a 19-second cut.
19 seconds.
Because on Steam you really want to get into the action.
Yeah, I cut that thing down to nothing.
Yeah.
It was a very interesting process because our previous trailer didn't have voice acting, so we had to find like a child voice actress and like listen to them say "kill them all."
Well,
Yeah,
also-
so we were
also
just
took
hanging out
video
at,
for the other characters too. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we were just hanging out at daycares and stuff, and like, you know,
Hey kid,
Candy.
hey kid, can you say a couple of lines for us?
Can you say kill them all?
Can you say
Kill them
miracle
all.
and wonder?
so can you say
Miracles and
that?
wonder.
So the yeah, so we're really excited. So, questions.
Questions.
Oh, do we have questions in the
I'm gonna
chat?
look at questions.
Oh, we
on
also
my
have
phone.
questions on your phone.
Yes, it's easier. This chair
Trailer
is so
full
big.
of lies.
This
I
chair
tried
is
to buy it now.
so perfect. This
Also-
world was not designed for you.
See,
This chair is yellow and it gets keyed out in the green screen. That's also.
I will get you a cigar box to sit in.
Okay, I'm getting questions.
Red Mike says,
But if you
I have
also-
kids whispering kill them all isn't out of character for me. I could probably say the same
Let's
thing.
not hear about your breakfast time.
Mike and I have a lot in common.
Okay, as a very active streamer, user, gamer, can we expect also Steam achievements and or Steam trading cards on the release?
Ooh.
Yes! Yes! Of course.
It's not,
yes.
That's not an of course
I know,
these days. It's
I know.
actually kind of like a cherry on top.
It was really exciting for us to be able to get that in because,
Yeah.
like, you know,
Tom worked real hard.
is it a must-to-have feature? And yet, if you're really into that,
Well,
yes, it is a must-to-have
achievements
feature
are kind
for
of
you.
standard, right? And
Well,
you
yeah,
kinda-
of
you
course.
kind
I'm
assume
talking about
it
the
too.
trading
But
cards,
the trading
really.
cards and all that. Oh, that's
That's a
badges,
world I
that's cool.
never knew about, and it's really, really, it's actually really fun. And we made all these cards, and we made badges, and we made emojis. And one of the emojis is our office dog,
Yeah,
which is exciting.
yeah.
Odious
Bookstore.
asks, is this controller compatible? Absolutely. We did work
Yes.
on that
Yeah.
the last month or so. I mean, we've been working on it for a
The
while.
keyboard is a controller.
The keyboard is also a controller. The
I've been
controller.
playing exclusively on Xbox controller.
I-
It does.
Yeah,
it
actually, I mean, there's a little bit of enhancements we want to do to it, but yeah, I got into it. I was just playing just fine with it.
Yeah, it feels really good, and it kind of, we've done console versions of shooters, and so we've had it feel kind of like that. There's a couple like Rusty
How many
says.
control schemes did we wind up putting in? One,
We
two?
have 5.
Ah!
5. Yeah.
Okay.
And the cool thing is the way I set them up was that they're kind
Per
of all
game.
they're all inspired by other games that I like or that we like
Yeah.
collectively, and so we have a default for our game, which we feel is the best match with the features of our game.
Yeah.
Which kind of takes a little bit from each of the ones that we like the best. And then there's, if you like a particular game, you probably can find a controller mock-up that matches that, and that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. And
I
later on
appreciated that.
you'll be able to, change the controller config and things like that. But for now, you have to use the presets.
But
it
there are
feels good.
enough choices.
There are
Like,
enough
there
choices.
are a lot of choices. I was able to find the one that worked.
And we don't have so many controls in our game that you run out of controls themselves. So
I'm amazed you got to 5. That's a lot of choices.
I believe it was 5 when we ended. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I really, we went back and forth a few times, and it's really satisfying. It's
Yeah.
a ton of fun to play.
Yeah. I've been playing at home on the controller actually. So.
Yeah, funny enough, I like the Left 4 Dead one.
Yeah.
'Cause- okay, it's really
It's not-
pathetic.
the Left 4 Dead one.
My hands are apparently too weak to like sprint and move around.
Mm-hmm.
So having the bumper as sprint looks
Mhm.
way better.
Yep. And some people like that, and some people like the trigger, and some people like A, and so
Yeah.
so it's just, or some people like clicking the left analog.
I would
like
never
Call
thought
of Duty or like Destiny and things like that.
if you ask me, I hate it, and yet that apparently is now what I'm programmed for.
That was the one that you actually picked up on, and the
Yeah.
one that you liked, and we actually moved that to that control scheme.
Too much Battlefield 1 has.
and Destiny and Call of Duty and all
Yeah.
those games.
Misha alludes to just now good news from Valve and Steam.
Really?
Oh,
Really?
I guess things got
What?
other things got. I don't know what it is.
Man!
Oh, maybe it's something else. Maybe it's another product. I don't know.
Oh!
We have other products,
Could it be?
Maybe.
Yeah, well,
Ours didn't get
we've been showing off. Some of our guys on the VR team were down in San Francisco yesterday doing a press tour for the new Seance project that they're working on. So we're going to be maybe making that available soon.
Maybe. Or maybe it's something totally different.
Yeah, it
Since
could
we
be
have no
something else that
context.
was really.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Does Earthfall use a licensed game engine? And we've answered this before, but that was a couple streams ago.
Yes. This is the Unreal 4 engine by Epic.
Yeah. And it's been really cool. Like, everything looks really nice.
Yeah. The graphics do not lie.
And it's, this engine is built for what we're using it for,
Yeah.
which is, shooters, first-person shooters and third-person shooters. So.
Let me just speak to that for just a little moment. I know everybody gets, bored when I start talking about game development, like business practices
What?
of it. But,
Get
What? We
bored?
want to hear that.
but I've lived through the pain! I have to share the pain. All the time, right? Like somebody builds an engine, like Epic builds Unreal, and look at the kinds of things Epic makes with Unreal, right? They make shooters like this. And then somebody gets the Unreal Engine, like, all right, now I'm making my driving game. And then it's like, complete set of design constraints and requirements that the engine was not designed for. So you spend a ton of time trying to wrestle that engine into doing something else. Like, my background is MMOs. Trying to get the Unreal Engine to do a big open world, it is not what it's designed for. So you spend a huge amount of time fighting to try and make the engine do that. Whereas on this project, This is what it's designed
whenever
for.
you start talking about this, darkness in the background. No, now it's back.
See,
No,
now
he's
I'm
right.
back
He's-
in the light.
He's right. You can make anything with these engines because they're, render with tools
Sure,
on top
right.
of it. But, you try to pick the one that suits the thing that you're going to make because you have the best chance to make something that feels and plays really well, like day one or, that's day one, but sooner, so you can have a lot more time to polish and make it more and more fun and feel better and better. If you have to build all these things from scratch, then it becomes a challenge, and you may never get that feel.
And now your project time goes out. Now your burn cost goes up tremendously. So it really is starting your own company, and you're choosing an engine. Do the project that your engine is designed to do.
Yep.
Yeah, there really isn't a monopoly on what's the best engine, only what's the best engine for a certain thing.
Oh yeah. There's different platforms, and you might make different engine choices. But shooter on PC and consoles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course you're going to use the Unreal Engine.
What else we got, Kells?
Okay. We're getting there. Does Earthfall use dedicated servers, or is it a player-hosted, peer-to-peer, client-to-client game?
It is peer-to-peer, client-to-client. The reason for that is this is a PvE game, so we don't have to worry so much about people taking advantage and trying to cheat, like you get in a PvP kind of game system. And also, you don't have to worry about server latency, right? You're one of the clients, so you optimize a little bit better for that. So yeah, this is my first project I've released since 2001 that didn't require a server topology and a deployment and all that stuff.
I'm with you. I'm in the same boat. This is our first peer-to-peer one in a long time. But this game, again, you build the tech and you use the tech that suits the game, and this is a 4-player cooperative PvE game, so that works best in that in that environment.
Yeah, actually, and the other thing is, I remember one of the MMOs I worked on, Pirates of the Burning Sea, was a very PvP-focused game. And PvP is a very challenging task. There's a lot of things that you really have to get exactly right in PvP, because people are always working to get that nth degree of advantage over one another. Whereas PvE, it's a much more straightforward design process and implementation process. Much nicer.
Much less competitive. I mean, it's competitive in nature with I want to win, but it's not.
I just like
this
to actually
person-
dominate the stats, and I also like to throw propane tanks and detonate them near
Yes,
people
I wanna see
without
explosions.
admitting to it.
You guys clearly haven't seen the developers go at it with axes.
Yeah.
So it's PvP when you want it to be PvP.
Oh God. If anyone gets the flamethrower, it's PvP.
Yeah, every time, the last couple of times I've play tested, there's been a contract with the people playing with me that I will not pick up the flamethrower.
You were a sprayer and prayer.
Yes.
And with the flamethrower, that is deadly.
Mostly I pray for forgiveness from my teammates. Because I am not slowing
Just constantly,
down.
we should put sorry on the side of the...
Sorry.
Sorry.
Did that hurt? Next question.
Yes. Does it offer drop-in, drop-out co-op, or do you need to be present when a session starts to participate?
Yes, it does offer drop-in, drop-out co-op. Wait.
If you're joining a game, you can drop in and out.
Yeah, you can join a game at any point. If you're the host,
Yeah.
You could drop in and out too, but you're going to drop your team with you. So.
Yeah. So the and that's fantastic, because how many times have you been waiting for that fourth guy to show up and you're like, well, we can't get started lest he can't catch up. And you're like, yeah, let's just get started playing. He'll drop in a minute or two.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
We have AI that will replace that.
They come and they go as needed.
So if you can't commit, I wouldn't host the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And bye, Shake, please. Have a great day. They had to go.
Okay. Any more questions?
That
Are we
is
done
the
with that?
end of the questions that we had on my phone.
Okay.
If anybody else would like to ask questions, that would be great. Otherwise, we can talk more about what we're looking at for the coming months and how that works after early access.
Yeah. I was looking at time thinking, yeah, now I can get back to work. So speaking of that work, the more content, obviously. We're working on the additional follow-up levels right now. They're already in production. Everybody starts jumping on me when I start promising things.
Don't
Promise away,
promise
please
anything.
promise.
More.
No,
More is what we were promising.
I was really hoping.
Stop
No,
him.
don't stop him. I love this part.
So
Oh.
yeah, no, it's like more content, and look at all the different kinds of content, right? We are going to be having more of that. We'll be introducing a lot of it in the context of the missions as you're playing. So they're like we've talked about adding more weapons to the game, like publicly. We like to actually have the game show you when they're being developed or introduce them with a moment so you understand why they show up out of nowhere.
In some cases, that's true. In some cases, we'll have a weapon that we can, fill in the gap.
Oh, sure. Nobody's ever going to say,
Yeah.
where did that shovel come
see,
from?
he's
How did that world have a
Exactly,
shovel?
but he's teasing weapons that you may not have understood why they existed. He wants to have more basis in the story and things like that. And I think
Right.
that makes a lot of sense.
Right. So this is a science fiction game, and there is going to be progression in that area as we go. And
Some pretty cool things that I have been working on for a very long time that still aren't in regular builds that people see here. Like
Yeah.
there's tons of stuff that Rusty sees, but only Rusty and I have seen, and so.
Why don't you show me anything?
Well, because then you're like him. You'll just reveal everything. League City.
the other
League
thing,
City.
the other thing we're going to be doing, of course, is fixing bugs. So when you
Yeah.
get the game, right, we're putting out, here are the issues that you're going to see. We're going to be working on fixing those, and some of those are a lot of work. For example, in the very low end video setting, performance setting, that's done algorithmically right now. So basically, the engine's just kind of lowering the detail on things and deciding what pops in and what pops out. What you really need to do is go through by hand and say, this is a more focal point. This is a larger part of the player's vision. So make sure this stays in with a little bit of higher quality. And these cans on the shelf, make those go down to a much more indistinguishable kind of texture. And by going through and hand tuning it, you get a ton of performance out of the level, and you make it look a lot better. So, a lot of performance work, a lot of bug fixing, and seeing what you guys come up
Yeah,
with.
listening to the community is a big part of early access, and that's kind of the reason for early access, is
Yep.
to get feedback from you guys before we try to make the perfect game. We would love to hear what the perfect game consists of. We got another question. Are there any thoughts to adding modifiers to enhance levels from time to time, maybe weekly or monthly challenges in the future? I mean, we did do with Impossible Travel Agency. They had a Halloween version
Yes,
kind of thing.
yearly
Yearly.
challenge.
I think this is more common. I mean, that
Yeah, I know
that
exactly
feature,
what
that
he's
feature's
talking
more
about.
common in free-to-play games where
You want to
trying
have frequent touch
draw
points.
people back, each and every month.
I know, and it's actually funny, but I mean, there's no reason that we can't do it. It's just a question of deciding how it works in our production pipeline.
I'd expect that we would have, and we will have certain things we're talking about, like sort of more replayable aspects and things like that, as well as things like new achievements and new badges and things like that. All this stuff is on we're talking about.
Yeah, it's a good.
Having the ability and putting them on the roadmap.
It also is. I mean,
Cat
yeah, we
version,
talked
cat
about like a
version.
lot of terms, kind of like what version?
Cat version.
Cat version. Everyone's cats.
We've talked about the everyone's cat version.
I think we should be in the cat's outfit, like the play.
Oh my god.
The
Singing.
the who knows what I was gonna say.
We stymied him.
We'll think about
What
it.
other questions?
We'll think about
Yeah, I
it.
mean, there's definitely things we're thinking about that can add replayability like that.
Oh yeah, Des
There's
asked.
a lot of cat pics now. Here we go.
Des asked, I've never played an early access game before. Does it have a bug reporting feature built in, or do we do that elsewhere?
Kind of two things. One, we do have some metrics. So, like, if the game crashes, I believe it sends back some information
We
at
have a
some
server
point.
that picks that information up, the debug information.
Right.
It can help us track those things down.
But to give us things like, hey, I'd like to see the tuning be a little different, or here's an idea for a feature, or I'm seeing a funny video glitch or something like that, you really want to go to the forums.
I believe there is a thing that you can click on in our menu.
Really?
Yeah, that you can go directly to the forums. Misha can probably confirm that, but I remembered seeing Tom putting in something for report a problem.
It's been
Click.
really
So,
busy here.
yeah.
So our heads are swimming a little
I'm
bit.
pretty
There's
sure
a
that.
lot.
Well, I saw it. I don't know if it actually made it in, but I'm pretty sure that there was a promote or
So-
you report
Well,
on
in any
bug.
case, on our Steam forums, we will have a bug subforum. On our personal forums, which are down below, forums.holospark.net, we have a Earthfall feedback and Earthfall bug report subforum. And we also will have a Discord. We have a lot of ways for people to contact us.
What's the best way?
I would say our forums.
Well, because
Our
that's where we're
forums
directing them
feedback.
from the game too. That report a problem directs them to the forums.
Okay.
The-
But we'll be trying to monitor, obviously.
We will be monitoring. We will
Yes.
succeed in monitoring all of this.
Infrared Mike asks, one mode I'd like to see in games like Earthfall would be a PvP-PvE hybrid. 2 teams versus each other and tons of aliens to survive as well. That's an interesting idea. So instead of just a direct confrontation, what if you're designed to fight each other, except here comes the beast! And now you're like potentially having to come together to fight the beast. And well, if I shoot that guy, then we're both going to go down when the beast gets us.
We've talked about a lot of
Oh, that's really interesting.
things like this and a lot
Yeah.
of sort of crazy, why is it only 4? What it could be.
Yeah.
Any put number of players.
Wow.
So there's
Aren't you just the...
plenty of things? Plenty of things that we could. No, I mean this is
Yeah.
this is the cool thing is that we want to get the content complete for.
Right.
You
We
know,
want to get
for
this
the
thing
four-player
polished,
co-op,
all
yeah.
these issues addressed. But
Yeah.
yeah, these are things that we think about. Like the goal of this game will almost certainly never be, tremendously PvP focused. But in terms of like modes, that's what I was going to say earlier before you distracted me with all your cat talk. That's one of the ways we really want to push it and experiment and come up with a lot of different kinds of gameplay modes and one-off sort of versions of the games for variety's sake.
Yeah. In the future, we'll be thinking and doing a lot more of that.
Yeah.
Thinking about and doing a lot more of that.
Cool.
I'm so excited.
Misha's going.
Are there any more?
We must have committed to something. Or...
No.
Did we commit to something?
No, we committed to
I think
nothing.
we could just distract Rusty with the word.
Who knows
cats,
when this game is
with
going to...
cats or cat pictures at any moment. So
Cats,
Question.
let's do cats
Beyond
mode.
PvE.
Misha says yes to cats mode.
yes, the cats.
Well,
okay.
yeah,
Cat's
that
mode.
woman was born to be holding a cat.
Beyond PvE, any thoughts on 4 playing the aliens versus 4 playing PvP? I think we kind of just answered
It's the
that.
exact
Yeah,
same answer,
yeah.
which is, like, it's interesting. Actually, I gotta admit, personally, I like your first idea better. I think it was Infrared Mike? I don't know who suggested that. I like the idea better, but yes, a PvP direct thing, it's an interesting thing to us. But right now our focus is just getting the basics done and finished and released.
A working fun game.
And then building on top
I
of
think
that.
you got the name wrong because Infrared Mike just said cat mode confirmed because maybe that was what he was pitching.
Cat mode confirmed.
No. Yeah, any ideas, anything like that, we're happy to hear them. I mean,
We've
Yeah.
already promised cat mode, so we have to do it now. Just one. One person has a cat.
All right, let's keep going. So,
Okay.
I think
are we
we're
done?
set.
Yeah, I think-
we don't have any.
Unless we have any
No
more
more questions.
questions, if there are any more questions, do them in the next 1 minute while we vamp. Vamp. Rusty, vamp.
Wow,
What does the word vamp mean?
You just, you vamp.
You just say whatever's on your mind, buddy. I'm
It's a
excited.
really strange word.
You should-
That's
you
what's on my
should-
mind.
I'm excited.
Okay, I'm looking it up.
I'm
No.
Do you know where
excited.
vamp comes from? Like, isn't vamp like a term for a woman to...
Isn't it vampire?
I don't know, but
No.
vampires also just got confirmed.
I think it's like a
based
19...
on the
It's like a
stream.
1940s term.
It is.
I wasn't alive in the
is.
1940s.
What does
so-
zoot suit mean to you? Do you have that?
I-
Is that set out with
See,
the
I'm
hep
the-
kids today?
I'm the
the hep
only,
cats?
I'm the only other one besides you that gets all this stuff. Everybody out there, and she does not get any of that.
My favorite thing was I was posting on to my friends. I was telling them that we were, like, go for launch, and I invoked the Far Out Space Nuts. That's a reference.
I like that both you and I got called out in that Facebook post as people that could derail.
Yeah.
derail.
Yeah.
It's true though.
Yes. So Far Out Space Nuts starts with them. It's a maintenance crew on an Apollo, Apollo moonshot, and they're putting meals in, and it's like breakfast check, dinner check, lunch. No, I said lunch. It had Bob Denver in it. What are you gonna do?
Oh my god. And how old is that movie?
It's a TV series.
How old is that TV series?
It's very old.
3 times as old as you are. I don't know.
Not quite that.
It was in the 70s. It was in the early 70s by Sid and Marty Krofft. You said vamp. This is
It's
this
true,
is what
you're
I'm thinking
vamping.
about while I'm actually trying to answer your
Okay,
game
also,
questions.
when this ends, I'm looking at Van.
Rusty and I try to talk way too much in the office about things like Sid and Marty Krofft shows that nobody else knows about.
Look up Lidsville.
Yeah. Look up Sigmund and the Sea Monster.
That's what we lived
The
through as
Banana
kids.
Splits.
That's why we have so many therapy bills.
That's it. We
All
did
right.
it.
No, we have more.
No. They're still, they're still talking about the PvE versus
No,
PvE.
Des said, if I feel like playing a PvE co-op FPS next Wednesday, what game would you recommend?
There's really a lot out there to decide on.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have an idea.
There's a new one coming out.
Just be on Steam, and then the first one that shows up on Wednesday. Hopefully that's us. I was looking through what's coming out on
I'm
Steam.
actually trying to
There's a
time
lot.
it with the streamers for a marketing push.
The ones, the ones that
Yeah.
are, yeah. So we have a bunch that are gonna be playing the day of launch.
Yeah, that's why
along
we're
with
still
our
trying to figure out
launch
the
marketing
exact
and things like
time.
Play whatever the streamers are playing called Earthfall.
Yeah,
Called Earthfall.
anything called Earthfall.
Anything called Earthfall.
Made in
There's a
Seattle.
book and a movie. Play those.
All right,
Okay.
I got
Okay.
work to do.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
No, you don't. Yes, you do.
I do.
I'm excited to hang out with the team and celebrate a little bit.
Yes,
today, too.
we can celebrate launch party tonight, which is really exciting. I think we have all the
Yep.
things. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Holospark making Earthfall with Rusty, Kells, and Archer. And please follow us on the things below and subscribe to our Twitter or our Twitch channel if you liked any of this. And follow us on Steam so you get a notification when we come out on Wednesday. And look out for the streamers streaming from Sunday till the rest of time.
And we'll see you playing. I'm gonna
Yes.
be. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
be
we
playing.
will be
be
playing
there.
out there with
see
you.
you.
So you see somebody throw a propane tank and blow it up next to you, blame it on somebody else. That's me.
Always blame it on Rusty. Find Rusty, blame it on Rusty. It was
Flamethrower
Rusty.
from behind. Rusty's probably in your game.
I'm helping.
Yeah, and in our forums, we'll probably, some of us will post what our usernames are if you guys want to match up with us. Not all of us, but I will. So, come play with us. Yeah.
All right.
Have a great week.